Good afternoon to everyone present here, the panelists, the audience. See great curiosity among everyone. This is Manaswini, and I am going to be your moderator for this session. Now, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic about sustainable growth of retail business, and we are also going to talk about franchisee relations, investor relations. Right, very, very interesting topics here. And the panelists we have here as introduced, Mr. Jashmeet, Mr. Arunab, and Mr. Mahendra. So they are going to accompany us today for this session here. I shall begin with a bit of introduction about myself. I come with 8 years of work experience in startup industry. I have worked with startups like MyGate for almost 4 years span. I have worked with CultFit for almost 3.5 years. I started with CultFit for establishing the franchise vertical, which has, I think, almost signed 250 franchisees across India. We have launched almost 100 centers across India. Now, after that journey, I have just started up my journey with Bodycraft. Bodycraft, okay, now let me introduce Bodycraft. Bodycraft is a brand which was started by Mrs. Manjul Gupta in 1997. It's a legacy brand of 28 years in India. It was started in Bangalore itself, but now we have 53 stores across the country, and we are looking to scale almost double down in the next upcoming years. Bodycraft is a first integrated salon and clinic brand that is present across the country. And we have embarked on a franchisee journey now where we already have 7 franchisees across the country, and we are looking to scale more on it with a 360-degree wireframe of franchise support across. Now, that's about Bodycraft. Will not take much of the time. I would want our panelists also to join in and introduce themselves. Please, over to you.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. Well, I don't have a fascinating set of companies to talk about. I've been working with Make My Trip since its inception. We've just completed 25 years now, and this is the only company that I work for. Most of us know Make My Trip for their online presence, but let me also tell you that we've got about 150 franchise stores, and we continue to grow across the country in the coming years. So happy to be here as a part of the group panel, and look forward to learn and hear it from all of you in the today's session. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Arunab, and I'm the founder and CEO of uClean. uClean, we started this company in 2017. We are basically a cleaning services company that works on the franchise model. So we partner with micro entrepreneurs, we enable them, we equip them, and then we help them start their own cleaning services business, predominantly comprising of laundry, dry cleaning, shoe cleaning, etc. It's a typical neighborhood format model. So you will typically find our stores in the neighborhoods, from where we service a mix of B2C as well as B2B customers. Today we are present in about 200 cities across 7 countries of the world, and we have more than 700 franchise partners and growing. Franchising is what we do. We are a very hardcore franchising company, and that is why you will also find that we have a booth at this show as well. So would love to talk with future entrepreneurs who believe in the cleaning industry, who believe in the value add that a franchising brand brings, and would love to explore if there is a possibility to work with you and help you start your own uClean in your city or in your neighborhood. Thank you so much.
Hi friends, I'm Mahendra Sureka, founder of MacJ, a buyer's choice. We are your properties specialist doctor. We do health and safety checkup of properties. So for us, globally it is in 19 countries with 200 locations. But in India, when we started, we had the challenge of not only growing the business mostly through franchisee model, but we also pioneering a complete new set of industry. There was no industry per se in terms of this in India. So we've created this industry, and in India right now we're in 15 cities across around 25 franchisees, and we also look to have 200 locations and a similar number of franchisees in the next few years. Thank you.
Okay, that's quite a heavy introduction from everyone here. Quite industry veterans who I'm sitting here with. Now, if we'd like to jump into the first topic, to foster a culture of mutual respect and collaboration across all franchisees among internal and external stakeholders is so crucial. In Bodycraft, we take this so seriously. We develop that wireframe that, it's a 360-degree wireframe where in terms of support or in terms of, the general reach out for a marketing as well, a partner or the staff has always an access to the team. We'll talk more about it, but okay, let me shoot this question to one of our panelists here. Mr. Mahendra, would you like to take it up? How do you foster a culture of mutual respect and collaboration?
So of course, franchisee is very difficult, but it's very easy also. I think all of us will agree, the three of us. It's like a marriage. So simply, both the husband and the wife have to work together to make it successful. So there has to be a lot of transparency and honesty in it, and all the pros and cons have to be explained to the prospective franchisee in the beginning only, so that it's a long-term relationship. So most importantly, as I said, like it's a partnership, it's a marriage. So both the partner, the franchisee has to work towards it to make it successful. Both of them have to put a lot of hard work into it.
Hard work, I think, highlights quite a bit here. Mr. Jasmeet, would you?
Sure. No, I think I agree with him. It's like a marriage. You got to make it work. And at MMT, we actually call them our partners. And when we say partners, we make sure that we're a true partner. It doesn't really mean just that you set up the shop, which in our case is very easy. It's all technology driven. So it takes about 72 to maybe 48 to 72 hours and you're up and running. But that's where the journey begins. And in our case, we make sure that we handhold through the course of action. We also have some on-ground area sales manager, as we call them, to buddy with the partners through their journey. So we don't leave the partner as is for a long time. And I think that's been helping us grow as we are.
That's great. Now, Mr. Aruna, with 600 franchisees across globally being present, would you please add to it?
So I think one word that you very interestingly used was wireframe. And what I've realized is that it's very difficult to build a wireframe. So over the last, and we are still learning, so over the last 8 years, we have developed technology, we have developed systems, processes, and we have multiple times tried to create a technology platform that can create a seamless relationship between the franchisee and the brand, and we have failed disastrously. So what we have also realized is that while you're building systems or processes through which you can make the lives of your franchise partners easy, it is actually easier said than done. And there is always going to be a human element, a personal element, because every single franchisee of yours would be in some ways different from the other. So while you can build systems, you can build processes, you can build technology platform to bridge the relationship between the brand and the franchisee, you will still have to look at it from a human perspective, because every single franchisee would be different. So just as an example, today I am added on more than 700 Uclean WhatsApp group. So every single franchise partner, regardless of the technology platform or the CRM platform that we provide them with, they still want there to be a WhatsApp group where they can raise an issue and that issue can be addressed immediately rather than them waiting for a ticketing system or a token system to be raised. So what I have realized, and I would like to again give a disclaimer that we are still learning, we are still far from perfect, but what I genuinely feel is that when you are building a franchise business, and especially in today's times, these are the times where digital world is very, very strong. You are connected to literally everyone else through a technology platform, through the internet. So there needs to be a strong sense of personal involvement where every franchise partner in some way can feel connected to the decision makers, can feel connected to the founders. And that is what we are trying to achieve with having a CRM plus a WhatsApp and giving every franchise partners access to that.
Actually, yeah, that's quite brilliant. Actually, I would agree to that point, and the collaboration or the accessibility what he spoke about totally makes sense. On that note, I would actually like to pay thank you note to our board of director, Mr. Amit Katyal, who has also joined along. Sure, that is just for for the sake of moral support. That's the kind of collaboration culture that we have in Bodycraft. Mr. Sahil Gupta, who's the CEO currently running the business, he couldn't make it for the event, but he absolutely could. So that's the kind of collaboration culture we want to foster among all our partners and entire network, right? So I mean, now this has been an interesting topic. Would you mind taking a few questions across?
Sure.
Okay. That's okay. We can move on to the next topic. Within this, we can speak about consistency and standardization of the products and services that we offer. Anyone wants to take a hit?
Sure. So what's the question?
Consistency and standardization of the products and services that you offer.
Sure. See, in our case, it's fairly automated, and travel is something which is very close to all of us sitting here and otherwise. Post-COVID, we've seen the travel trends going through the roof. People would want to travel. So it's become a product which is a part of all of us in our daily routine. What we've been able to do jointly with our partners is to build all the products through our technology-based platforms. So you don't really need to learn something from day zero to be a part of travel industry. If you're one of those who like to be or who is a very passionate traveler, I think you can get started from day zero. Based on that, all the collaboration, anything that we speak about, I think is a part of journey, and we make sure that it, like I said in the first question, that it's an ongoing journey wherein we continue to be around. The only thing which differentiates us from any other product is to make sure that there is enough and more technology, not to take away jobs, but to support and make you efficient. So instead of having 4 or 5 sellers, so to say, or holiday experts, you could just simply have half of them and do triple the job because of the support provided. So our collaboration is more on the technology based than on the physical product available.
That's great. I think that tells about the success story of Make My Trip.
Yeah, sure. In fact, see, it's more than that. In fact, we are also very new in the franchise setup. MMT was never we've never wanted to be available in the physical setup. But we realized that if you have to get to the real India and you have to get to tier 2, tier 3, I think we still have some scope to go. And, prior to this, the session where we heard UP as a state which is doing fairly well, happy to share that we've got about 10% of our franchise based out of UP. So that speaks volume about the state progress as well.
Brilliant.
So hopefully we add some more as we go along.
Yeah, I think great potential in tier 2, tier 3 markets and the emerging entrepreneurs across that adds to it, right? Guys?
I'll say for us, the 3 T's, as we say, technology, tools, and a trained team. It's very important because, as we say, we do health checkup of the properties, whether it's a home or office or a hotel or a factory or a warehouse. So a lot of human interface in terms of the team going there on site is very important. So standardization of how we do inspections, how we SOPs, the report writing, a lot of standardization has to be done. So we have built a strong training manuals, SOPs within the system, where each franchisee and his team is continuously trained in terms of any new development, how to write the reports, how to do the inspection and all. So for us, it has been SOPs, and then a lot of feedback comes. We we encourage a lot of feedbacks from our franchisees, what issues they're facing, so that it can be continuously, seamlessly updated the SOPs and manuals. So for us, of course, standardization is very important across all the three tools, technology, and team.
So I think when you're building a business that is predominantly a franchising-led business, consistency and standardization become the two most important pillars. And in a way, the more you can automate your business, the more easier it becomes for you to offer consistency and to offer standardized services. So in our case, because we are in the very basic business of cleaning your clothes, cleaning your shoes, soft toys, etc. So we, at the back end, we have done a lot of standardization in terms of the processes or the manuals that we have developed. But also because in the front end, about 75% to 80% of the cleaning is being done by these machines, which are in what you would typically call the smart machine, where you have certain inputs, and based on your input, the machine itself decides what kind of cleaning needs to be done, what kind of temperature the clothes need to be subjected to. So that is absolutely at the soul of what we have built at uClean. But at the same time, you always need to leave scope for personalization or customization. So just to give you a simple example, when we entered Assam, what we realized was that the Assamese use something called Mekhala. So Mekhala Chador is their famous bed sheet, and you would typically find it across all the homes in Assam, and they hold it very precious. So previously, because we had never encountered something like Mekhala, so we had a lot of difficulty in cleaning the Mekhala Chador. But then we developed systems, and now when you look at our menu or when you look at our pricing, you will find that there's an item called Mekhala Chador that is only there in our stores in Assam, but they're not there present anywhere else. So similarly, because we are in the cleaning business, as we started expanding, we started realizing that there are some items, like for example, in the UAE, we have items like abayas, etc., which you do not get in India. So whenever you're entering a new territory, you need to understand what are the sensitivities, what are the items that could be unique to that particular territory, which are not there. And then you need to customize for that particular territory. So we keep learning, we keep building, but the idea has always been to standardize it and provide a consistent serving across different cities, across different neighborhoods.
So as I understand, standardization, understanding the market dynamics specific to a market, basically. That's great. I think tech helps you a lot in this area, right? Nice. So now if I come to Bodycraft, right, we look after hospitality to be one of the core ingredients of our training program that goes into all our staff, be it admin or any of the outlet staff members. They go through continuous hospitality training. Now, the kind of standardization you would expect in hospitality industry, you might think it's quite common, but it is not, unless the brand is committed to deliver that sort of training and ensure each and every member of the organization is well versed with what is the ethos and what is the understanding of hospitality that you want to offer to our customers, has to run through your DNA. Now that's how you will be able to obviously get your customers also interested into your product, because your customers are coming for your experience. In the kind of service industry that we are in, the customers come for experience. That's how your business grows. That's how our industry grows, right? So okay, now I'll move on to the next question. So next question, let's shoot at Mr. Mahindra. So my question is, how do you look after responsive problem solving or demonstrating a commitment to resolving conflicts and fostering positive relationships within the franchise ecosystem?
Actually, this is one question I would love to take, because when we started 6 years back in India, we were not selling a brand per se first, we were selling a totally new service. This service was not available in India. So for us, not only creating, we were creating a whole new industry in India. So in the first month itself, we signed 3 franchisees. One in Mumbai, one in Pune, and one in Gurgaon. And Calcutta we were operating ourselves. So very happy that in the first month 3. So road to 100 was very easy, we thought. And we realized first month 2 inspection, second month 3, there was no business. Because nobody knew about this service. So we had to do a lot of hard work to create and to create awareness. But at the same time, most important is don't allow your franchisees to fall if they want to be a part, remain in the marriage, as I said earlier. So if they wanted to remain afloat and they wanted to stick with us, so we help them. So I used to regularly go to Mumbai, Pune and Gurgaon, and we created the product, the service and the target audience which catered, which looked at the pain points of the Indian consumer. So we created a whole lot of new services and whole lot of new target audience which could hit the market right. So for us, all the 3 franchises today are our biggest marketers. They bring new franchises now. We stuck with them, so it's very important to be responsive and be with your franchisees to help them stay afloat and make money if they want to be there. So we take a lot of pride that all of our franchisees, all of them are connected to each other. Total transparency. Any franchisee at any point of time and ask for any help. All the franchisees are available for each other. There's no competition between franchisees, and we take pride in that. Yeah.
That's great. Aruna?
So I think conflict management possibly is and honestly is the toughest part of running any franchise business. And we have also learnt it the hard way. We have lost a few franchisees in that process. So when we were initially running Uclean, we were starting to sell franchise partners. Honestly, it was very difficult to say no to money on the table. अगर लक्ष्मी है तो no बोलना मुश्किल होता है. So in that process, we ended up selecting partners who were not the right fit. And I'm not just saying that they were not the right fit. I mean that as a brand, we were also not the right fit for them. So initially we made some glaring mistakes because we could not find the right fitment. The partners were not right for us. We were not right for them. And as a result of which there were more conflicts. What we realized in the process was that transparency is the most important factor when you are building a franchise business. So initially when you are doing a sales pitch, you need to be as transparent as possible. I will always say as transparent as possible because sales is also not easy. So you have a sales team, they will also try to take liberties, but the idea should always be that you should try to be as transparent as possible so that any future conflict can be avoided just because somebody had miscommitted, somebody had mispromised. And then second thing is transparency while you are running the business, and that is why like I said, I'm there on more than 700 WhatsApp groups, because as a founder, I also need to know what my franchisees are saying, what are some common teething problems that they are facing, and how we could potentially help resolve those problems. And the third most important thing I genuinely believe is intent. So while you will not be able to solve all the problems, you will definitely not be able to solve all the problems immediately. Some problems will take 12 hours, some problems might even take you 12 days. But the important thing is that you need to have the intent to solve those problems, and you need to demonstrate that intent to your franchise partners very transparently. And that is where I feel that a lot of conflicts and a lot of challenges can be resolved in the starting phase itself.
That's great. I think in the initial phases itself, if you can filter out the right fit for a franchisee, which is the brand, and for the brand, which is the right partner to franchise with, that's a great filtering point. That's where itself you can cut down most of the conflicts. I think, Jasmeet, if you could add to it, since you have started up, what
Sure.
is the framework we have built around it?
So we've actually got 2 very basic steps in place. One is that we've created a green channel sort for all the partners. If they have, because travel is it's a very sensitive product, and you could fail anywhere. You could, it's flight, hotels, activities, on ground, off ground, multiple failure points. So two basic approaches. One, to have a green channel, which means it's more like a hotline created for them 24/7, so they could reach out at any point in time. Customer could be traveling any part of the world. The other one is to empower the partner with the financial support as well. Usually it's very, very basic. If you're stuck, if you have a customer facing any challenge, all you have to do is to just take a call then and there and say, all right, I am going to do this, that, or the other. While there are SOPs defined, but not everything can be defined through the processes. So we empower them and they have the capability to take calls on our behalf. And later we figure out whether it was right, wrong, and then you fix it. But very, very basic, two direct channels. And the other one is empower them. So if you don't empower them, both financially and taking calls on their own, you're bound to fail, because they will then be relying on you. The process takes time, consumer on trip, very, very difficult. So two basic fundas that we actually follow.
So has that helped you with certain franchisee, let's say one franchisee partner who has expanded in multiple geographies or multiple locations?
Oh yes. So another very interesting data point, we are not really offline active organization. We are not very franchise driven organization. So most of our partners, so we've got about 150 active partners. Out of that, at least 30% of them are the ones who have got either referrals or expanded their own stores. So most of them are like, there's a term called master franchise. We don't use that as one, but we have at least 30% of our partners who have repeated their stores in a different part of the country, not the same city. So clearly something is working for them by being with us. So, and our first approach is to expand through them instead of going direct. Yeah, so that's why you don't really see MMT advertising a lot around come and join franchise. That's the
Also, is that because of their understanding of the core business and ethos already that they have?
One is business, because travel, like I said, it's not difficult. You need to just get the basics right. But the other one is to know the partner well, because they are comfortable with us, we are comfortable with them. It's very easy to expand versus, it's like avoiding the courtship period and straight getting into marriage. So that's the funda that we follow.
That's nice. That's a great analogy. I think that's what resonates among all brands I see, right? This is the trust that the brands are able to build has allowed the franchise owners not just to open up one outlet, take up multiple geographies. That is the same case in Bodycraft as well. I had seen the same case in Cultfit earlier. And each partner takes up multiple geographies. We have partners who have taken up cities, states to continue expansion, and they are going to. So that is how we are almost planning to double down in the next couple of years in terms of expansion. So, okay, I'll move on to the next question unless we have some question from the crowd. Okay.
You should announce a gift for them to answer or ask questions.
Okay, I think Mr. Jashmeet is ready to offer
Of course.
offer a goodie to someone, anybody who comes up with the best question here.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, can I see one hand, please? Somewhere. Okay, yes, Mr. Please. You had a question? Yeah.
Hello? Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, hi guys. I wanted to understand how you guys are leveraging AI technologies in your respective businesses.
Could you keep the mic closer?
How are you guys using AI technologies in your respective businesses?
So I can take that. So we've been at it. By the way, nobody's able to crack it so far from the industry perspective, and I'm talking about from our perspective, travel industry. I think we've been at it, like I said, and it's changing by the hour. So how we are leveraging is even in the current scheme of things. So if you were to use our app and try to book a flight, it's all automated. So you got to tell them that you want a flight from Delhi to Mumbai on that day, evening, and your name. It just kind of passes through all the 3 listing pages and straight up to the payment page or the review page. Similar to that, we are building for all the franchise partners, and we have a very interesting distribution channel called Holidays Expert, which is all women working from home. For them, we have a booking tool. That tool is partially automated. I wouldn't say it totally AI based, but we are making it intelligent based on customer cohort or the queries that we get. So we get leads from our website. We understand and we know who you are in terms of your background, where you're coming from. If you're logged in, then we know a lot about you. Based on that, what is the right product to be offered is where we have reached already. I cannot really discuss in detail, but in about quarter from now, you will see the first AI fully holiday package booking tool available on the Make My Trip app.
Okay. Bodycraft is quite a hospitality-based industry. So right now, I don't think I would like to take a plunge at the question. We are yet to reach there. If any of my panelists would accompany for the question. Okay.
It's a pretty broad topic. So AI in itself is very wide, and my definition of AI could vary from yours. But something as simple as what we have realized, and I would call it more in the ML range than AI range, is that so I'll give an example. In West Bengal, the polka dot sarees are very popular. Now, this is something that the machine itself has recorded based on the, so women give out their sarees, and then our tool detects that we are getting a lot of polka dot sarees, something that you will not find in other parts of India. So when we run a marketing campaign, for example, if I'm running a marketing campaign for Kolkata, I would in fact run a marketing campaign specifically targeted at give your polka dot sarees and get 20% discount free. So we try to learn from, because we are dealing with clothes. In fact, a lot of bigger brands in the apparel industry, not naming them, they actually use our data. We get paid for it. And that data, the information that we are sharing would largely come under the AI domain.
Okay. We have one more question.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hi. My name is Darius Chinoy, and my line of work professionally is that of an actor, writer, producer, but I'm exploring business opportunities, which is what I'm here for. Now, this particular question is open to everybody, but I think the moderator has a little bit of experience in Cult Fit, or formerly
All
Cult
right.
Fit.
Sure.
And, okay, let me go straight to the question.
Sure.
Culfit has transformed the fitness landscape in India by blending technology, community, and wellness under one brand. They even took over Fitness First a few years ago.
Yes.
What was the core insight then, which made them do that? And how does Culfit, or for that matter, you see, when it comes to fitness, everybody looks at cult.
Yeah.
And members from my family went and took up memberships there. It seemed to work. But personally, I've been in health and fitness for a very long time, based a little bit of army background. I never went to such a place like that. How are organizations like this, especially in the health industry, where are they heading in this current scenario in 2025 to 2030? Are there opportunities for growth? Because, margins are wafer thin, in almost all industries. So I'm just curious to get your insight. Thank you.
Okay, I think a very interesting question. Would appreciate that. Okay, see, Fitness First. First, I'll take that question. Fitness First, when it was acquired, company was of the mind to acquire market share. Now, it is Fitness First as a brand is a global brand, as we all know, and it's a luxury category product. Now, if you see the market division, the cult membership, as a customer you must be buying a pro, elite or a luxury membership. Now there are, other than Fitness First, Ghost Gym was also acquired a couple of years back by Cultfit. Ghost Gym, Fitness First, these two fall into luxury category product where the SKU values are much higher than the elite price product that you buy when you go to a cult elite center, which is the flagship. So, and although market for the luxury category product is very niche, that is why you will see less number of outlets coming across the country compared to elite centers that you or your family must be going to. Then there is a pro category product. Again, it is to acquire the lower category market share, basically to increase the overall market share across India. Idea is to get everybody and anybody interested into fitness, because you see the market growing, right? You see, as per our study, the market was growing with 18% CAGR growth rate. And the market in India itself is quite huge for us, for the brand to occupy and capture. The brand was already 600 outlets present across, is how the brand is looking to expand further.
Hello. Wanting to understand, is it worth, as an entrepreneur, looking at taking up something from the health segment? Because here I'm looking at sectors, recession-proof industries, to invest something, which is a different avenue as a class asset, right? So while we have a gentleman here is in a different field altogether. So is health and fitness,
Yes.
an area worth investing in currently in 2025? Because I don't see the logic in getting into something where I'm going to operate on wafer thin margins. That's all. That's my question.
Okay, understood. Plain and simple. Now, see, health and wellness, I think, as an industry, has been growing by far since COVID, since we all have seen how it has impacted the overall country, our loved ones across. We have seen what impact it creates in our day-to-day lives. And as a brand also in CultFit, we saw the growth of members rushing into our centers as soon as COVID limitations were off. And we were seeing that demand coming in. We were seeing mails from customers, from societies. People were mailing that you come and establish CultFit within our society.
So you're saying it's okay to invest and look at it?
Absolutely.
All right. That answered my question. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I think we spent a good amount of time there. Yes, we have a third question, please. So, Jasmeet, are you counting which is the best question so far?
No, all questions are good.
Okay, we shall keep the questions for.
Hello,
Okay,
hello.
Okay, sure.
Hello. My name is Adil and I'm very shy in nature. I just wrote a question and my question is from Anirudh. As you said, you started in 2017, so you must have encountered many problems at that time. And scaling franchises to other people as selling in itself is a very tricky thing. You must get stuck in smallest thing, be it anything, right? So my question is that how do you deal with that thing when it comes to समझाना लोगों को? How do you deal with that thing?
So, you want an honest answer?
Yeah.
The honest answer is that we did some jugaad. You very rightly said that when you're a very young brand, people hardly know you. Why would somebody want to invest in your brand to take up a franchise? So when we started looking out for investors to take up our franchise, we realized that nobody was really biting it. People wanted to see that there are enough stores before they can take up a franchise. So what we did was we did some brainstorming, and India में तीन चीज़ें बहुत बिकती हैं: Bollywood, cricket and politics. Politics से दूर रहना था, so we started looking at Bollywood and cricket, and then we started setting up meetings with celebrity managers to see if some sports person or some Bollywood celebrity would be interested in partnering with us. And we created a story जिसमें we said that we have raised some funding. It was, so you can ignore this part, but we spun off a story that we have raised a big amount of funding, and जैसे ही news बाहर आई, suddenly all celebrity managers got interested, and we started getting meetings with a lot of celebrities. One of the first few meetings we got was with Sohali Khan and Kunal Khemu, and I personally went to their place in Khar, Mumbai, and then I discussed the opportunity, and she was very excited because she had personally used laundry services when she was studying at Oxford University in London. But then she asked us how much can we pay, and I said that we don't have money to pay you, and she said that, but you announced that you have raised some funding, and we said that it's supposed to come. But fortunately, things materialized, and we worked out a formula with her. We got lucky, so I don't think I can work out that formula with anyone else again. But we got lucky, and she came on board. And I'm not joking, but the moment she came on board, our website actually crashed because of the number of inquiries that we received from potential franchise partners. So our actual franchising journey started only once the Soha and Kunal came on board in 2017. So honestly, what I have learned that you have to figure out creative ways, or what is called jugaad, to get your first few franchisees on board. And then once they become your testimonials, once you're able to support them, give them good support, they will become your biggest brand ambassadors, and then they will help you scale up further.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that was the last question for the session, including from my end, unless our panelists have something to add to. All good? So, I think let's conclude it. Had been a great discussion so far. Amazing questions from the audience. I think here on you can catch Jasmeet for the goodie here for the best question. The three of you that have asked. And thank you, Franchise India.